We have an update on the Super Dirt Late Model Silly Season, specifically with drivers Tanner English and Ethan Dotson as they head into the Illini 100 weekend for the Case Construction World of Outlaws Late Model Series. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. Before we get into the news, let's just kind of go over what happened over the past week. Coltman Farms announced that they were splitting with Ethan Dotson. They posted this on April 8th. Coltman Farms Racing and Ethan Dotson have mutually agreed to part ways. Ethan is an amazing talent, and it was an honor to celebrate our wins with him. Wherever he lands, I'm sure he'll be incredibly successful. We wish him the absolute best in 2024 and beyond. Following that, we found out that Viper Motorsports and Tanner English were going to part ways. This was on April 10th. They have a long press release here. Not going to go over it. Did that in another video. But obviously, they decided to part ways after pairing together in November 2022 and competing in 122 super late model events in the span of the last year and a half. But we do have an update with Tanner English. He is actually racing with Coltman Farms Racing. They posted this just earlier this evening. It says, "We are proud to have Tanner English carry the Coltman Farms Racing banner this weekend for the World of Outlaws Late Model Series race at Farmer City Speedway. Good luck, Tanner." Tanner will drive his number 96 machine this weekend for Coltman Farms Racing, who are competing for owner points with the World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series. So it's unclear exactly how this deal is going to work, at least for my understanding. It does sound like English is still going to be racing his family-owned car, but he's competing under the Coltman Farms banner. So one would assume that Coltman Farms is potentially at least providing funding. I'm not sure if they're providing any kind of technical expertise or crew or anything like that, but it does sound like they're potentially providing funding so Tanner English can compete under that Coltman Farms Racing team for the Owner Points Championship for the World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Model Series. And it does sound like, because they're saying that he's drive his number 96 machine, that sounds like it is his team car, which he drove back in Brownstown back in March. So we do have an update there. There were rumors that Hudson O'Neal might be going with Coltman Farms, but we did get an update from him as well. Hudson posted this on Facebook. He says, "Tons of messages from our fans, so we figured we'd let y'all know on here that we will be off this weekend, April 12th to 13th, and next weekend, April 19th to 20th. We are working extremely hard on our future plans before our first weekend back out at the end of April with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Stay tuned as we are so excited for what's in store for us." So it's possible he could still be in that ride that Ethan Dotson was vacating with Coltman Farms Racing. Or it's possible that they might be doing something similar with what they're doing with Tanner English this weekend for the World of Outlaws, where maybe they're providing him with financial support or a potential sponsorship or something like that, and he's racing in another car. As for Ethan Dotson, he is also competing at the Illini 100 for the Case Construction World of Outlaws Late Model Series. The World of Outlaws Late Model Series posted this just a couple of hours ago on their Facebook page. Obviously, they confirmed the Tanner English news, but they also noted that Ethan Dotson pilots his number 174 for Chris Bragg Racing, chasing driver points in 2024. So it's unclear if he will be continuing to partnership with Chris Bragg. We do know that Chris Bragg has a limited deal with Logan Seavey. This is over at Flow Racing. This was from, I don't know, when was this? This was from February 28th. They just did this test, April 2 to 3 test session that was scheduled at Rocket Raceway Park. They have that on the Chris Bragg Racing Facebook page if you want to look at that. And their deal, it looks like, was to have CV run roughly 12 to 15 times in the dirt late model this season, wherever he can squeeze races into his ultra busy open wheel schedule. So obviously this is probably a top team, and they have Ethan Dotson in that equipment. So we'll see how he does. I know he did really well in hot laps. I think he was in the top 5 in hot laps for the Illini 100. We'll see how he does in qualifying and in the heat races moving forward. But that is your update on the silly season. We got updates for both Tanner English. He is now racing for right here, racing for Coltman Farms Racing, but it looks like he is racing in his number 96 machine. We also know that Ethan Dotson is now racing for Chris Bragg in the 174. And he's chasing driver points. And Hudson O'Neal is not here it is. Hudson O'Neal is not competing this weekend or the weekend after, but will be back to compete in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at the end of April. So let me know what you guys make of these updates and these driver changes. It's just absolutely crazy what has been happening. All the driver changes, all of the drama, all the changes in teams and owners and drivers. It's just been absolutely wild. Let me know what you guys make of these changes in the comments below.